Hi, my name is Ryan, the Frugal Analyst, and today I'm going to show you how to protect your savings from inflation. So inflation is real. The CPI index that tracks inflation is up 4.2% year over year in April, and the last time it was this high was in 2008. That means if you have cash doing nothing in a checking account, it lost 4.2% in purchasing power compared to a year ago. Now, usually we put our emergency money in a savings account, but saving account rates cannot keep up with inflation today. The average rate from reputable banks are roughly 0.5%. New saving company like Yoda Savings, Price Pool, One Finance is giving up to 2.5%, but it is still lower than what inflation is today. And that means money in the saving account is worth less and less. Now, we can invest in equities or real estate, but those carry other risk. The lowest risk assets guaranteed like a savings account that will match inflation rates are Ibonds and TIPS, or Treasury inflation protected securities. Let's look at Ibonds. This is what I use, and 2 weeks ago I bought $10,000 worth of Ibonds from treasurydirect.gov and an additional $2,000 in paper Ibonds from my tax refund. You can only buy it from those two sources, treasurydirect.gov, with a maximum of $10,000 per year and using your federal tax refund up to $5,000. Let me give the basics of Ibonds. So in a nutshell, it matches inflation rate. The interest calculation is a combination of a fixed rate, which is currently 0, and the inflation rate. Right now, the fixed rate is 0, so it is purely matching the inflation rate. Currently, from May 2021 to October 2021, the first 6 months has an APY of 3.5%. That is much higher than any savings account out there. The bond carries no risk and is guaranteed by the US government. There's no state income tax, so the 3.5% return today could be 3.8% if you live in a high income state tax like California. Now, the minimum holding period for Ibonds is 1 year, so it is similar to a 1-year CD with a much better rate if inflation continues. There are other details of Ibonds you can watch in my previous video, but that is the most important factor at a high level. Here's how you buy Ibonds step by step. Now, the easiest way is to use treasurydirect.gov. You have to create an account there. It is a government website and it's a little bit clunky. Set up an ACH connection, then you can follow these steps to buy the Ibonds. If you want to buy more than $10,000 in a year, you can use your federal tax refund to buy an additional $5,000 or up to your federal tax refund. The other low-risk option to beat inflation is to use TIPS or Treasury Inflated Protected Securities. It is similar to Ibonds and adjusts based on the inflation rate. You can buy it in Treasury Direct with a minimum term of 5 years and guaranteed by the US government. If you want to use TIPS, I would simplify the process by buying an ETF in your brokerage account. Here are the list of TIPS ETF. The risk in buying TIPS using an ETF is tiny. If there are deflation, it might drop slightly in value and there is a tiny expense fee. So Ibonds and TIPS are the lowest risk assets to match inflation. I hope this video helps protect your saving in this inflationary period. I make personal finance videos with skin in the game. Please consider hitting the thumbs up and subscribing for more frugal videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.